Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there? Misplaced your keys for the third time this week? Struggled to remember a name you've known for years? Most people over 60 hear the same thing. That's just aging. But what if that's not entirely true? What if some of the foods on your breakfast table are quietly accelerating memory problems without you realizing it? What if the meal you've been told is healthy is actually causing inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and changes in the brain that affect memory, focus, and mental clarity? And what if one of the worst offenders is something millions of seniors eat every single day? Stay with me, because the number one food on today's list shocks nearly everyone, and understanding it could change how you think about breakfast forever. I'm Dr. Adrian Cake. For over 20 years, I've worked with older adults focusing on healthy aging, brain health, blood sugar regulation, nutrition, and longevity. One of the most heartbreaking conversations I have with patients starts with a simple sentence. Doctor, I'm worried about my memory. Memory isn't just about remembering facts. It's about independence, confidence, and identity. It's remembering birthdays, recognizing faces, following conversations, and maintaining the freedom to live life on your own terms. Researchers from leading institutions, including Harvard and Stanford, are investigating how nutrition affects cognitive aging. What they've discovered is fascinating. Many factors associated with memory decline, including inflammation, insulin resistance, vascular dysfunction, and oxidative stress, are heavily influenced by dietary habits. In other words, what you eat for breakfast may affect far more than your energy levels. Before we begin, I'd like to hear from you. Comment below. How old are you? Do you experience brain fog, forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, low morning energy, or trouble remembering names? Your experience may help someone else feel less alone. Now let's begin our countdown. Number 7. Sugary breakfast cereals. At first glance, cereal seems harmless, quick, convenient, familiar. Many brands even advertise themselves as heart healthy or fortified with vitamins. But here's the hidden problem. Many breakfast cereals contain significant amounts of added sugar and highly refined grains. When these ingredients enter your body, they can cause rapid spikes in blood glucose. Think of your brain like a luxury vehicle. It performs best on stable, high-quality fuel. But sugary cereals create a roller coaster effect. Blood sugar rises rapidly, insulin responds, and then energy crashes. Many seniors experience this as brain fog, fatigue, irritability, and difficulty focusing. One patient, Margaret, aged 68, couldn't understand why she felt mentally sluggish every morning. She thought her memory was declining, but after replacing sugary cereal with a protein-rich breakfast, she noticed improved concentration and more stable energy within weeks. Now here's the surprising part. The next breakfast food is often marketed as one of the healthiest choices available, yet it may be creating similar problems in ways most people never suspect. And what researchers have discovered about it may surprise you. If you thought sugary cereal was concerning, the next food may surprise you even more. Many seniors eat it specifically to improve their health, yet under the surface, it may be doing something very different. Number 6. Flavoured low-fat yogurt. The words low-fat sound healthy, and plain yogurt can absolutely be part of a nutritious diet. The problem is what many manufacturers add after removing the fat: sugar. Lots of it. Some flavoured yogurts contain sugar levels comparable to desserts. That creates a problem for the aging brain. Researchers have increasingly focused on a process called glycemic variability. That's a complicated term for repeated blood sugar. Ups and downs. In simple language, your brain prefers stability. When blood sugar repeatedly spikes and crashes, many people experience fatigue, reduced concentration, and mental fog. Think of it like flickering electricity. A stable power supply helps everything work efficiently. Constant fluctuations create stress on the system. One patient, Richard, age 71, started every morning with a fruit-flavoured yogurt he believed was healthy. After switching to plain Greek yogurt with walnuts and berries, he reported better energy and improved focus within a month. But what comes next may be even more surprising, because it's often served alongside breakfast and has a healthy reputation. Number 5. Fruit juice. Orange juice, apple juice, grape juice. For decades, these drinks have been promoted as healthy breakfast staples. But here's the problem. When fruit is turned into juice, much of the fibre disappears. And fibre is critical because it slows sugar absorption. Without that natural protection, glucose enters the bloodstream rapidly. Imagine pouring a bucket of water into a narrow drain. Everything arrives at once. That's similar to what happens when concentrated fruit sugars enter your bloodstream. Researchers studying aging and metabolism continue examining how repeated glucose spikes may contribute to oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is essentially wear and tear occurring at the cellular level, and the brain is particularly vulnerable. One study after another suggests that maintaining healthy glucose regulation may be important for long-term cognitive health. Does that mean juice causes memory loss? No. Brain health is influenced by many factors, but frequent blood sugar surges may create conditions that work against healthy aging. A story I'll never forget. One patient named Eleanor came to see me shortly after her 70th birthday. She was frightened, not because of physical pain, but because of forgetfulness. She worried every time she misplaced an item, every time she forgot a word, every time she struggled to recall a familiar name. When we reviewed her daily habits, one pattern stood out. Every morning started with a large glass of fruit juice and a carbohydrate-heavy breakfast. Over time, improving her nutrition helped stabilize her energy and sharpen her focus. Most importantly, it gave her hope. And hope matters, because fear of memory decline affects millions of seniors. Coming up next, the breakfast food hiding in millions of kitchens, a surprising connection between inflammation and memory, and the food ranked number one that nearly everyone believes is healthy. Before we continue, tell me in the comments, which food has surprised you the most so far? And if you're finding value in today's video, don't forget to subscribe, because the next foods may be affecting your brain more than you realise. We've already uncovered 3 breakfast foods that may quietly contribute to blood sugar instability and mental fog. Now, we enter the most important section of today's countdown. The next foods are consumed by millions of seniors every morning, and many people have no idea how they may be affecting brain health. Number 4 is white toast and refined bread. For generations, toast has been considered the perfect breakfast, simple, comforting, and affordable. But refined white bread behaves very differently inside the body than most people realise. Once digested, refined carbohydrates rapidly break down into glucose. Blood sugar rises quickly, insulin responds, and then comes the crash. Think of it like lighting dry paper on fire. You get a burst of energy, but it disappears fast. Many seniors experience the aftermath as mental fatigue, difficulty concentrating, increased hunger, and brain fog. Researchers continue investigating links between insulin resistance and cognitive decline. Some scientists describe certain patterns of brain dysfunction as closely tied to metabolic health. In simple terms, what's happening in your bloodstream may influence what's happening in your brain. Number 3 is sweet pastries, muffins, and donuts. This one probably isn't surprising, but the damage may be greater than many realise. Most breakfast pastries combine 3 things the aging brain doesn't like: refined flour, added sugars, and highly processed fats. Together they create a powerful metabolic burden. Imagine asking your body to run a marathon immediately after waking up. That's essentially what happens when it must rapidly process large amounts of sugar and refined carbohydrates. One patient, Frank, age 73, started every morning with coffee and a large muffin. By mid-morning, he felt exhausted. By afternoon, he struggled to focus. After replacing that routine with eggs, vegetables, and healthy fats, his energy became dramatically more stable. But now we enter the top 2, and these foods surprise almost everyone. Mid-video message. Before we continue, I want to thank every one of you for being here. This community exists to help adults over 60 stay mentally sharp, physically active, and independent for as long as possible. If that's important to you, please subscribe and like this video, and stay until the end. Because the number 1 food may completely change what you eat tomorrow morning. Number 2 is sweetened instant oatmeal. Many viewers are shocked to see oatmeal on this list. Let me be clear. I'm not talking about plain oats. I'm talking about flavoured instant packets, loaded with added sugars and artificial flavourings. These products often create the illusion of health. But when you look at the ingredient label, the story can be very different. The added sugars may contribute to rapid glucose spikes, and repeated glucose spikes are increasingly being studied for their potential role in inflammation and metabolic dysfunction. One patient named Susan, age 69, believed her flavoured oatmeal was helping protect her health. Instead, it was delivering far more sugar than she realised. When she switched to steel-cut oats topped with nuts and berries, she experienced more stable energy and fewer mid-morning crashes. Now here's the shocking part. The number one breakfast food is often marketed as one of the healthiest choices available. Millions of seniors consume it every day, yet it may be one of the biggest hidden threats to memory-supporting nutrition. We've reached the number one breakfast food. If you've stayed with me this far, you've learned something important. Many foods that seem healthy can create hidden challenges for blood sugar, inflammation, and cognitive wellness. Now let's reveal the final item. Number 1. Breakfast smoothies loaded with fruit juice and sweeteners. This food surprises almost everyone. After all, smoothies have a health halo. They're colourful, refreshing, packed with fruit, and often promoted as the perfect breakfast. But here's the hidden danger. Many commercial and homemade smoothies contain fruit juice, multiple servings of fruit, honey, sweetened yogurt, and syrups, all blended into one large drink. The result? An enormous sugar load consumed in just a few minutes. Think about it. Most people wouldn't sit down and eat 2 bananas, a glass of orange juice, honey, and sweetened yogurt, all at once. Yet many breakfast smoothies contain exactly that. Because liquids digest quickly, glucose may enter the bloodstream faster than whole foods. For older adults, this can create significant blood sugar fluctuations. Researchers are investigating how chronic glucose dysregulation may affect brain health over time. One patient named Charles, age 74, believed his morning smoothie was protecting his memory. He exercised, walked daily, and tried to eat healthy, yet he constantly complained about brain fog. When we reviewed his breakfast routine, we discovered a smoothie containing fruit juice, bananas, sweetened yogurt, and honey. After making a few simple adjustments, using whole berries, protein, and unsweetened ingredients, his energy and focus improved dramatically. Now, I want to be very clear. No single breakfast food causes dementia. No single meal destroys memory. Forgetting a name occasionally does not mean something serious is happening. Brain health is complex. It is influenced by nutrition, sleep, exercise, blood pressure, social connection, mental stimulation, and blood sugar regulation. What matters most is the overall pattern, the choices repeated day after day, year after year. Those choices shape the environment in which the brain operates. That's why breakfast deserves attention. It sets the metabolic tone for the rest of the day. Many adults over 60 benefit from breakfasts that include protein, fibre, healthy fats, and whole foods. Examples include eggs with vegetables, plain Greek yogurt with berries, oatmeal without added sugar, nuts and seeds, avocado, and whole fruits instead of juice. These foods provide steadier energy and better blood sugar control. Think of them as slow, reliable fuel for the brain. A final message from Dr. Adrian Cake. If you're over 60, remember this important point. Your memory is more than a mental function. It's your connection to the people you love, your experiences, your stories, and your independence. Protecting brain health isn't about finding a miracle cure. It's about making small, consistent choices that support your body and mind. One healthy breakfast, one walk, one good night's sleep, one positive decision at a time. Those choices may seem small today, but over years, they can make an extraordinary difference. Healthy aging is not about becoming younger. It's about remaining vibrant, capable, confident, and engaged in life. And you deserve that opportunity. Now, I'd love to hear from you. How old are you? Which breakfast food on today's list surprised you the most? Leave your answer in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, subscribe and join our growing community focused on healthy aging, memory support, brain health, longevity, circulation, and wellness after 60. Don't miss our next video. Doctor reveals 7 morning habits that secretly accelerate brain aging after 60. Until next time, I'm Dr. Adrian Cake. Take care of your brain, protect your future, and remember, the choices you make each morning can shape the quality of your years ahead.